Hello, hello. Time to look at one-time pad. So try to explore this binary using Angr. Angr can be useful to see what the program does. So there's an additional challenge to this challenge, or an additional difficulty to this challenge. Angr is not going to compile in an optimal manner. We will need to change the type of variables to understand the code. So this challenge I ended up cheesing using Angr, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Because if we look at the code using Angr, you can see it's not the simplest of things. So one-time pad dot blah blah blah. One-time pad. Okay. Analyze, and let's look at what we've got, because you have a bunch of crap here. So enter super secret password. We read enter secret password. So this is the user input. So we iterate over hex 22, and we check that the user input plus local C 9C, which is somewhere over here, maybe it's here, right? But it doesn't seem to be initialized. Oh, it's the index. So we add the index, right? Then we XOR it with more crap plus the index, but this is gonna XOR itself, right? Go to this and this, and if we reach the end of the loop without a mistake, then we get good password, otherwise we get wrong password. So I looked at this and I was like, man, I don't want to like solve this equation myself for every character in the, so we need to look at this 9.8, so this and 6.8, and I was feeling really lazy, you know, so I remembered one tool that can make my life easier. It's called Angr. Angr. So let's remove all this crap. So this tool is magical. Basically what it does is symbolic execution of programs. So instead of like using actual values for like the user input and everything, it's gonna use variables. And when it comes to loop, it's able to like figure out what variable or what value you need for your user input to like reach a certain state of your program. So you can say to Angr, like, figure out what state reaches this point of the program. So I'm gonna show you how to do this right now. So let's go here, and you can run Angr out of Docker to not worry about the installation of anything, because apparently it's hard to install, and when I tried to install it myself on my system, like nothing worked. So yeah, this is not what I want. I want to mount the current review directory as /app. So when we go here, we should have our binary one-time pad, right? Yeah, okay. Don't know if it matters. So we can start an IPython console and import Angr. So basically, I'm just going to be copying. Angr is a simulator manager. Yeah, simulation manager. So this is the module that enables to like simulate the program. And I'm going to copy one part in particular. So there's one. Okay, it's this one. So it gives you the exact steps to solve. So you load your binary using Angr the project, you create a simulation manager, don't need to worry about what anything does. Then you do explore, and basically you give it a lambda function, and when it like returns true, it means you found the state you wanted. So you can check like in the standard output if there's a certain string, and then you can like figure out what input you needed to reach that state. So we're gonna copy that like word for word. So proj equal to angr.project, and we specify the binary. Then we're gonna import the simulation manager equals project. Let's look at it here. Project factory is simger. So project factory is simger like this. Now we're gonna do this, and here instead of congrats, we're gonna replace it by whatever the output is in our program. So here there's good password, we can just put good. So if we have good in our standard output, we have found a happy state. So it may take a while. There's a few tricks to like optimize this, and there's like a bunch of subtlety and things to learn, but for this purpose it works fine. So we have one found state, so we can look at the found state here. So we have s, so s.posix.dumps. So we have the output and we have the input. You're a master password decipher. So bunch of magic happening here, but Angr is definitely a tool to know, especially like in beginner challenges where like the solution sometimes like can be figured out like by hand, but it takes a lot of work. Here like Angr like solves the equation here for you, so you don't have to worry about anything. I'm not sure if I would be able to do it by hand, probably, but it would take some time, like figuring out, okay, we're gonna look at like this particular byte at this offset, and then XOR and whatever. It's just a pain in the you know where. So that's it for this challenge. Hopefully you liked it. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Bye bye.